Good morning everybody, just on the way to the gym again. I've got my camera mounted up. Oh, there's a car coming. So, real tight where I'm living at the moment. This car's parked each side of the road, it's an absolute nightmare to get in and out, but it's not too bad. Yeah, basically so for today's agenda, because I've got a meeting to go to at work, so I can't be training for too long unfortunately, which is a bit annoying. Let's try and get out of this road first. Yeah, I've got to try and get stuff done quite quickly. I do want to try and hit some snatches today, with not super heavy, probably some doubles, just probably a bit lighter, just to keep working sets quite short, so I'm not basically having too long rest in between, just because it's a bit more efficient, I suppose, for the lift as well. It gets you good for working under fatigue, which is quite good, especially within CrossFit space, which is what the stuff I'm doing as well. A lot of it is under time constraints and quite quick movement, so it's not like a normal weightlifting 80-85%ish. And yeah, the rest period does kind of shoot up a little bit. You can have a couple of minutes at least when this person come out. Yeah, I know I've got the heavier weights, but yeah, this one should be quite light. I'm going to try and keep it quite quick, maybe a minute in between each one, just so I get enough volume done. And yesterday is kind of a bit of a write-off really. I thought I was starting work at 3 o'clock, and then I get in at 1:30, and then my manager says, no, you're starting at 2, so I had to basically cut that workout right short, and I was going to hit 100 calories on the ski, row and the assault bike, or just a normal actual bike or watt bike that we've got, and yeah, didn't have time to do that, so I literally done 50 calories on each of them, and then a round of 40, and that was it before I had to start work. So it wasn't the best, wasn't the most ideal, but I got a little bit of cardio in. I might try and do that again on Sunday if I've got a bit of time, because that from 100 down, there's 180, 60, 40, 20 calories on each take. Last time I done it took about an hour and a bit. It's quite a long time to do just steady state cardio. Well, not, I was basically high intensity cardio by the end of the last time we finished it. But basically I wanted to do, hopefully I shouldn't be there too long. I should, to work, it takes me about 15-20 minutes, depending on the traffic at the moment. But basically wanted to go through some little bits about if people struggle for motivation for training, stuff like that. So, because I've been training myself for so long, pops about 10 years really, I suppose, coming up to it, I've done a good mixture of stuff. So I've been started off doing bodybuilding style training for a few years when I first got into the gym. I didn't really start going to a gym till I was 18. I was training at home with like one pair of dumbbells and like your body weight for like at least a few years before I even went. So I wasn't really that interested in sport really at school, just because it was mainly just football or cross country or rugby, which I don't like really any of them. So didn't really get into anything like that. And then yeah, kind of fell in love with training. Was watching all like people on YouTube mainly, like I used to watch obviously the Six Pack Shortcuts, I think. Used to watch that back in the day. Used to think, oh yeah, it's best workouts in the world. He's like, yeah, it's very good for motivation and stuff, for like, it's very inventive I suppose. But then looking back on that now that I know a bit more knowledge about it, it's yeah, he was definitely on some enhancements of some kind. I won't say guarantee it, I'm going to call that out, but I'm pretty sure that he was definitely on something to get that size and to get that kind of conditioning. Is a real tough thing to do especially if you're training naturally. But that's kind of how I started watching Athlete X. I still watch him to the odd occasion, but yeah, now I watch a bit more of Jeff Nippard, Dr. Mike Israetel, this kind of stuff. So it's more like a sports science kind of thing, and going to he's a bit more the hypertrophy side of things. So I do like to have that when I'm training with clients, because that's the training they normally do, compared to my training is completely real different. Now I want to do more trying to get this roundabout, a bit more the hypertrophy style training. Most people just want to get just general strength and fitness, so that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's perfect. So it's just getting some more knowledge based on that really, and different more just kind of hopefully builds up a good audience of kind of like-minded people, really. All that, my cameras fell over. Fantastic. I'm going to try and stick it back up before it falls. I think it's probably going to fall again. Go around the corner. Yeah, it's not too bad. Hopefully it stays, but I don't think it will. Yeah, basically as I was saying, getting a good core audience of basically like-minded people. But since going from, my camera's going to fall again, I can see it, going from the bodybuilding style of training side of things and then going to more the stuff I'm doing now, so it's a bit more CrossFit style, a bit more of I've done a bit of powerlifting, I've done a few competitions as well, so I've done a good mixture of stuff. I've done that for a few years and then went on to then done a few competitions, then transitioned into CrossFit. Well, I've been doing that for a couple of years at least. It's been definitely a good learning curve for stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that I don't know with that. It's a lot of gymnastics, which I'm no good at. A lot of, you learn all like kipping, handstand push-ups, and kipping pull-ups and stuff. So that is that's all real different movements compared to normally. Compared to more of the strict movements that you're normally doing, so strict pull-ups, dips, push-ups, stuff like that as well, and that kind of stuff is all real different for me to learn. So it's been been a good learning curve. I've done a few. Oh, my camera is not going to stay where it is. That's so annoying. I've done a few competitions in CrossFit. I've competed in the Open the last kind of, I suppose, 4 years. No, not that long. About 3 years, I suppose. It's definitely humbling experience. And the workout stuff it's normally, well, people already know, it's there are 3 or 4 workouts, at least kind of each week over a 3-week period, and then then kind of scales it right down, or narrows the competition right down. So you go to can't think of it as quarterfinals, semi-finals first. Then it goes on to like stuff like that, where you get into the top like 20 in the world. So top 20 men and women go to the games, but never going to get to that point. It's just definitely a learning curve for style training, and I think a good one for like keeping yourself training is just that motivation, because motivation will come and go, as always does. It's just good, I think, to be adaptable in training. So if you're doing something for a while and you're not really like loving it, or it's like you feel like, oh, I have to go into the gym, it's like, it shouldn't really be like that. It should be kind of like a privilege. I think of it as a privilege. So like I get to, if my camera doesn't fall over, you kind of get to go to the gym rather than I have to go to it. It's just falling over everywhere. Trying to drive with this in my hand is not going to be good at all. That's what I'm saying now anyway. But just keeping motivation for training, trying different styles of training. So I've done bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit now, and kind of transitioned into doing just Olympic, a bit more the Olympic weightlifting. So I do that along the side of it, which is really good. Another good one is just following people that kind of align with your goals or whatever you're trying to do or trying to achieve. So rather than following everything on social media, because a lot of it is, especially on TikTok and stuff, not that I use it, but a lot of it on that you see online, it's just a load of it. 90% of it is a load of crap, to be honest, and you just really just can't listen to it, and just have to kind of sort out or filter that stuff as best you can. The more you kind of learn knowledge-wise, the better it gets, and the easier it gets as well. I'm just going to try and change gear. Then we'll go around a little roundabout. But hopefully that will be pretty. That's how I would do it. Is just try and filter through the nonsense, really, because a lot of it is just a load of crap. I'm not going to apply to the majority of people who are questionable, whether they're natural training, stuff like that as well. So you got to take that into account. A lot of people who they start off, they're like 18, 19, and they're already massive. There's like, well, either that is, a lot of it can be genetics, does play a big part in things, but also obviously enhancements and stuff will play kind of even bigger part. It just helps speed that process along. So just being careful what you watch and who you listen to, I think is the kind of the main point with that. Another one is just potentially finding a coach, or having some kind of long-term plan, a few short-term plans if you've got them in mind, if you know, just so it keeps you accountable, it does keep you motivated, and having like a coach or personal trainer, whatever it might be, again, just keeps you accountable. That's really their job, to be honest, is keeping you accountable and just providing that different style of training, giving you more options to do. So like, oh yes, so you've got ideas in mind, you're not sure what it is, they hopefully should have that in mind. Where you've got, it's really hard with one hand trying to change gear and hold this camera at the same time. It's really hard, but that's kind of the main way I would do it. I mean, I wish I had a coach when I kind of first started training myself, giving me more options, but I learned a lot of people are going to learn it through social media. Just try to pick them good quality content, people who know what they're doing, not just on TikTok where you have a few seconds to explain a big subject, which is going to be really difficult, like training, programming, nutrition, recovery, stuff like that. Make sure that is really good, and just find something you enjoy. I think is the main thing, really. If you hate coming into the gym, or you hate your training that you're doing, why bother doing it? That's what I say to literally all of my clients, because some of them will literally come to the gym and they will hate it. They won't hate it, but they hate never coming to the gym. They've hated the idea of kind of coming into a gym and exercising. It's like, I say to them, why come into the gym if that's not something you're going to enjoy? If there's a sport someone enjoys, so it could be anything, swimming, hockey, tennis, basketball, anything like that, something that you're going to stick to long term is more beneficial than coming to the gym for like a few months and then quitting because you hate it. So find that right balance, but definitely having some kind of strength training in your routine is 100% going to be worth it. Even if you get in once in a gym a week, once or twice is probably enough for most people, as long as you're taking them, I would say, more of a full body approach rather than like the normal like a bro split kind of thing where you're hitting each body part once a week. If you're coming in the gym like 6 times a week, then yeah, you can do that. I think once or twice you just want the full body approach where you hit everywhere, take sets quite close to like failure, I suppose, if you're more advanced. If you had something new to it, then it is just, I think, just getting in and moving. That's really kind of all you need. You don't need much. I like that, but that's kind of a few things I always do to help with myself. If I'm like, I'm really struggling to train, I can't bother to go into train, I'd be like, I've got a reason why I'm doing it. There's a bigger goal in mind. Mine is competing, so I do go to a few competitions, a few weightlifting style ones, just because that's what I enjoy at the moment, and some CrossFit ones I will do for some coming up locally. I'll go to, it's a very humbling experience, because normally people there are at quite high level, so that's always a humbling experience, but a good way to kind of push yourself a bit more. So I like that kind of thing. I like having a competition in mind, or like an external goal just outside of training to look good. Really, I'm training now for more performance based style, really, and slightly different to just training for aesthetics, I suppose. I used to train for aesthetics and used to really care about it, but then as kind of getting a bit older, getting a bit bored of that style of training, I've just switched it up now a few times. Been like that for a few years, and until I get bored of that again, I might switch up for something else. You never know. You can always be adaptable to your training. But hopefully you enjoyed that little. Sorry about my camera falling over. A little bit of a rant as well on this. Well, about 15 minutes or so on this, so it's not too bad. Well, I'm nearly at work anyway now, so I'm gonna get some clips in the gym of me doing. Hopefully, I'm gonna get some snatches today. Maybe some squat cleans and front squats and stuff, but nothing too heavy. Say short rest periods. But hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the gym.
When I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real. I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last deal. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them niggas stop it. Whoa, it's my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow, and these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat.
Hello everybody, just wanted to sign off basically this video with. Just I hope you enjoyed watching it. I was a little bit of a rant, I suppose, at the start of it. I was just, yeah, when looking at it, and I was going back over the footage and stuff, but it's kind of need to keep all of that in, otherwise it wouldn't make much sense. So apart from my camera falling over, it was actually alright. But that's just a few little bits you could add into your training, just to keep things pushing forward, because motivation does come and go all the time, so it's good to have other options out there. It depends on what you want to achieve. Muscle building, performance increase, stuff like that. If you're going over like a previous injury, rehab, stuff like that. It's just making things, if you're getting bored of it, make sure it is just varied. I suppose with your training is always going to be a good thing. Not going to be bad. Like I said, the footage earlier, I was saying it's just, well, you heard about it anyway, it's just having something that's more enjoyable to you, to make sure it's basically not a chore to come in and train, and just enjoy what you're doing, whatever it might be. But yeah, this little sign off, just hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to have a little bit more of a direction for this channel, really. So anything you'd like to see, or anything you've seen previously that maybe might be good for me to just go through, let me know in the comments, because it'd be good to see people's opinions on stuff and what people actually want to see from this channel, because I can kind of tailor it to that. Cause that's the whole plan, really. I just want to add in, I've got a little bits of my training in this video, but not much. More of it is me talking. There's a little bits in there. But yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts. But hope you enjoyed the video. Again, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff really helps push it out to more people that get a chance to see it. And yeah, questions, anything like that, let me know in the comments. I will happily answer them as best I can.